6:30.
Well, how can you tell a political primary race is going to be long and expensive? Well, when TV ads start airing 7 months before that election.
Senator Dean Heller facing what could be a tough primary against Republican businessman Danny Tarkanian, and Heller is out with an ad that seeks to burnish his conservative credentials and his ties to President Donald Trump. Politics Now co-host Steve Sebelius looks at that ad today. Steve?
Well, Dave and Christiane, in a primary election, it's all about the base. And Dean Heller's first ad is aimed directly at Republican primary voters, designed to persuade them that he's working hard, that he's a conservative, and that he's an ally of President Donald Trump. Take a look.
This is Dean Heller. My dad was an auto mechanic and he owned his own garage. One of my jobs as a kid was cleaning up. There were no breaks, no pay until the job was done, and Dad made sure of that. I believe Congress should work the same way. That's why I demanded Senate leadership keep the Senate in session 24/7 until we fill every judicial vacancy with a conservative judge who will follow the Constitution.
Well, Heller comes across as a regular guy with humble roots, attacking the Senate for its lazy work ethic. You might even think he was a challenger rather than an incumbent who's been in the Senate for 6 years. But Heller does manage to work the word conservative in there and to highlight the #1 Republican accomplishment thus far, getting Neil Gorsuch confirmed to the U.S. Supreme Court. Now, ironically enough, Heller was attacked on that very point today by Tarkanian, who claimed in an op-ed piece in the Reno Gazette-Journal that Heller wanted President Obama to be able to appoint a Supreme Court judge during Obama's final term. But that's simply not true. Heller said at the time that he wanted Nevadans to have a voice in the decision. That was his way of saying ignore Obama's nominee until the election, when a new president would get a chance to name his own judge. That's exactly what happened. And Heller voted for Trump's conservative nominee. But the 1-minute ad has more. Take a look.
And pass real tax reform with real tax cuts for families and small businesses. I'm as frustrated as you are. President Trump is sending us conservative judges and Democrats are holding them up. We can give Americans meaningful tax cuts and President Trump will sign the bill. The Senate needs to deliver it. I'm Dean Heller and I approve this message because as conservatives, we've been waiting for this opportunity too long. It's time to get the job done.
Well, there's nothing subtle about that. Heller's aligning himself with conservatives and with President Trump. That's meant to directly challenge Tarkanian, who has pointed out that Heller said repeatedly before the 2016 election that he didn't think he'd vote for Trump. Later, Heller opposed Trump on issues such as health care and immigration. Democrats, by the way, dispute the notion that they're holding up Trump nominees, citing Trump's own tweets saying judges are being appointed at a record pace. Those nominees have also been confirmed in fewer days than they were in President Obama's first months in office, according to government figures. Now, overall, this ad shows Heller's not taking anything for granted in his face-off with Tarkanian, and he's trying to blunt Tarkanian's anticipated criticisms for voters before the race begins in earnest next year.
And Steve